base game update, a massive change within the Sims team, 2 kit announcements, and a whole bunch of Sims news to talk about today. So let's just dive into it because I've got a lot to catch you up on. The last time we talked Sims news was around the quarterly teaser announcement, and this is a huge deal. In this, they teased the next expansion pack, a couple of new kits, and a couple of base game updates. So if you want to watch my video on this quarterly teaser, I'll link that down below. If you haven't seen that, you might be very interested to hear about the new expansion pack. So that was probably the biggest thing recently. And a couple of days ago, the Sims team also made a really interesting announcement. Obviously, The Sims has been getting a lot of flack for releasing some kind of glitchy packs. There's a ton of bugs that have been around for a long time without getting touched. The amount of simulation lag the game is having makes it kind of unplayable at times, and yet they keep making and releasing paid DLC. So everybody kind of looks at these pack announcements like, okay, so you're selling us more stuff, but are you gonna fix the existing game? And they actually finally acknowledged that, which I was kind of shocked to see on Twitter, I'm not gonna lie. They posted this that says, a message to our loyal community, and it's 2 slides. We know that technical issues with The Sims 4 have interrupted your gameplay over time, and we recognize that this has caused you much frustration. Today, we can share that we have assembled a team to invest in the core game experience, including tackling your reported concerns. This newly formed and focused team means we'll be able to increase both the number of fixes and the frequency with which we ship these batched updates. Our first release is scheduled for the next patch later this month, which is today, with others following roughly every 2 months. The details of this month's release are in the laundry list, which is available now in the Sims 4 newsroom. Additionally, we'll continue making core improvements to the performance of The Sims 4. Our next patch will include some optimizations across platforms so the game uses less memory. As a result, you may experience fewer crashes, a better frame rate, and/or a more responsive simulation. Thank you for continuing to play and invest in The Sims 4. Invest is right. It's a very expensive game. Our team is more dedicated than ever to developing great The Sims 4 gameplay experiences into the foreseeable future, and we appreciate your support as these critical improvements roll out. So that's really interesting. They've basically made a new, bigger team to just exclusively work on fixing existing stuff. And they've been posting these laundry lists, but if you've ever seen one of these before, you'll notice that this one is significantly longer than any of the others we've ever had. Typically, the laundry list will be like about this long with just this many fixes. This time, it just goes on and on and on with fixes for a ton of different packs. Something really important to note about these is that they base all of these things off of reports on Answers HQ. So if you look at these things, they're all links, and when you click on them, it takes you to a report on this forum. This is how game companies track stuff like this, and it's really helpful if you're encountering things to see if you can find it on the forums. I know it's a lot of work, but that's where they're finding the community issues that they're going to try and tackle in these updates. And that doesn't mean that these are the only things they're fixing. These are just like the top community concerns that they're addressing in this patch. And it also doesn't mean that all of these things will be out in the patch. It's just these were their top priority for this patch, and it will hopefully all be fixed in time. This is like an effort to be more transparent with the community about what they're working on. And I really appreciate that because it's really helpful to finally hear back from them that they actually know about these glitches and that they're working on them, because some of these have been around for years. That one I just clicked on about the campfire causing too many fires was reported on the forums in 2021, but honestly, that's been happening since the pack first came out in 2015. So like, it's really nice to hear them finally acknowledging it. I'm gonna link this laundry list down below in case you want to read through the whole thing for yourselves, along with the patch notes. We'll get to all of that in a minute and compare the actual patch to this laundry list. I wanted to make sure I shared that announcement with you because I feel like, for me at least, it is really relieving. It's been kind of worrisome to see the game getting worse and worse and running worse and worse. And obviously it's been around for so long that, like, of course that's gonna start to happen. But also I think it's been around for so long that a lot of us were starting to worry that, were they giving up on it? I just had this thought in the back of my mind, like, what if they're just trying to milk The Sims 4 for all it's worth and release as much DLC as possible right now, pay for Project Renee, and then kind of ditch The Sims 4? So hearing them repeatedly say, hey, we're not stopping The Sims 4, we're investing in teams to fix the existing game of The Sims 4, that's very reassuring to me. Actions speak louder than words though, so we'll see what actually happens as the updates start rolling out in the next few months. I am cautiously optimistic about this. I don't think it's gonna like miraculously fix the entire game quickly, but we'll see how things start to improve over the next few months. And no matter what, it's not a bad thing to invest in a team like this, so it's gonna be positive. I just don't know how positive and how fast we'll see that positive change. Does that make sense? And speaking of The Sims constantly releasing paid DLC, they just announced 2 more kits today. They just posted this little kit teaser. It says, bask in the sun with your new boo surrounded by mood-setting scenery, or bring your date to hang with your friends at your favorite bistro spot with the new Sims 4 Riviera Retreat Kit and Cozy Bistro Kit, available May 30th. So that's really interesting. I feel like these are the first times we've gotten a community lot sort of kit. They only teased these a couple of weeks ago in that quarterly teaser, and they said 2 destination kits. And we had this picture of a pool and a picture of a bistro. So I'm not really surprised by either of these, but I know there's gonna be a lot of people who are really disappointed. A lot of people saw this destination kit wording and thought they were gonna be new worlds. I never thought that. I gotta be honest, The Sims is never gonna make a kit that has a world in it. We don't even have any stuff packs that have worlds in it, and the game packs that came with worlds were like a big stretch for them. It's a huge deal and a huge undertaking for them to make a world, and they would never sell it to us for $5. They just wouldn't. I would like them to, but they wouldn't. There's literally no way they would ever do that. And actually, when this teaser came out, both of these kits had already leaked, so we knew that they weren't gonna be new worlds. I try really hard to avoid looking at leaks because I think it's kind of fun to speculate and it's fun to wait for the announcement, so I don't want to see the object lists when they leak. But that stuff is out there if you're looking for it. I guess it's just a kit, so I would be more upset if I got a spoiler or a leak for like an expansion pack than just a kit. But also, it's just a kit, so when you see the object list, that's the whole pack spoiled, and that's why I don't really want to see it. So you'll never catch me talking about leaks like that for kits, at least not like showing off and speculating about kit leaks so much, because it's just not fun for me. So this is the Riviera Retreat kit. It says, spend your hot sim summer lounging in a scenic, secluded pool with The Sims 4 Riviera Retreat. Create a tranquil oasis your sim and their new boo it will never want to leave, with stucco textures and water features that blend with surrounding nature. And these are the 2 screenshots. There is a really interesting new pergola item that's like metal framed with some curtains in it. It looks like we have a new archway back here, and I'm seeing a new wallpaper, and these look like little stepping stones. You know how we have those debug base game stepping stones? It looks like these are real ones that they've custom placed. So they're probably rugs or something. I can't really tell because it's sort of far away, but that's really interesting. We also have a new patio table with an umbrella and some chairs. It looks like a potted plant right here, maybe a towel rack. I'm extremely interested in this new pool trim that I'm seeing, because we haven't gotten a new pool trim in a long time. I really like the idea of more stuff like that. I'm also seeing a new pool floaty. We got some new lounge chairs, and perhaps most importantly, we've got like pool fountains. For years, a lot of us have been making fake pool fountains like that, so I'm really interested in having real ones to use. We've never gotten a pool pack before, and it seems like this is really a pool pack. We obviously got the cast kit with some swimsuits, but this is a really interesting build kit for it, so I'm kind of intrigued by this. There's even some really interesting wall lights and stuff, so I can see myself using this a lot. I'm not really obsessed with the patterns on a couple of these items, but we'll see what the other swatches look like when it comes out. It only comes out on Thursday, so we don't have very long to wait. This is another screenshot, so we can see a few more up close images. I really like this pergola. It looks like in this variant, instead of there being curtains, there's like vines going up it. I love that. I'm gonna use that all the time. We also have what appears to be a new flooring, that new pool trim. It looks like there's a new tile wall back there, and I can't tell if these curtains are attached to the archway or if they're just on the inside of the archway. But they might be new curtains, or they might be attached, and the thought of them being attached kind of worries me. So hopefully not. Hopefully if they are attached, we have a plain swatch that is not attached. And then they also posted this about the Cozy Bistro kit. Enjoy a cup of coffee or nectar at your new favorite hole-in-the-wall bistro with the Sims 4 Cozy Bistro kit. Create the perfect spot for a first date, third date, or friend date with welcoming awnings, vintage furniture, and classic decor. So that is really intriguing to me. I feel like at first glance, I'm like, oh yikes, there's no cafes or restaurants in the base game. So if you just have the base game, can you even use this? But then at the same time, we do have lounges and stuff in the base game, and there's barely any community lot furniture in the base game. So even if you don't have those other packs, I feel like this will still be useful to you if you're trying to build things like that with just base game. It looks like we have some really nice windows and doors that are like full wall height with some pretty decorations on them. I can see myself using this so often. We have a couple windows that are like this. There's a couple from Get to Work, and there's kind of one or two from University, but they're not really as intricate as this, and they're not all as full wall height as this. I like how this is wooden. I like how we have the open archway and these really fancy windows. It looks like this cool menu sign fits right into one of the panels. Obsessed with this sign on the wall. I feel like we have barely any signs in this game. These awnings are amazing. I really like the tablecloth and the metal chairs at these bistro tables. It looks like I'm seeing a new bar back here. Honestly, I really like this. I can see the bar a little bit more up close here in this picture. It's a really interesting style. style. We've got some cool wine racks from the ceiling. There's some really interesting, like old school kind of posters. The Grim Reaper is sitting at one of the tables. Oh my god. There's an interesting like menu clutter item too. There's a cool bar back. We've got a new flooring. We have a new wallpaper. It looks like that is maybe a booth seating, some new booth seating back in the corner. I'm actually so excited about this. I feel like this is gonna be so useful to me. They did post a blog post with some more information. I'll link this blog post down below in case you want to see it as well. Okay, they said each aspect of this kit is perfect to create your new favorite spot with amenities that will accent a bar or lounge community lot. So they're doing it on purpose, trying to like feature the bar and lounge base game stuff. But obviously you could use this for dine out. You could use it for the cafes from get together. Oh, they wrote that twice. Oh my god, you just know they were panicking about the community reaction. They probably had it in this paragraph first, and then they were like, you know what? Put it up higher. Put it up higher so it's more obvious. And they forgot to delete it from this paragraph. That's really funny. With tall etched glass windows and doors, polished metal accents, bistro tables and chairs, vintage wall decor, there is no better place to connect with neighbors or dates, blah, blah, blah. Here's another screenshot. They have kind of like a zoomed out version of the build. They replaced the blue velvet lounge in Willow Creek with this, and this looks so cool. You can see we have a closed door and the open archways and the windows, and they just used a base game wooden wallpaper to go with it, and I think that looks really nice together, honestly. I'm impressed by how well it matches. So it looks like that's all the information on the bistro kit. I want to go back real quick to that pool kit. It says, create the most peaceful of spaces showered with timeless antiquity and contemporary styles from the present. Embrace the rustic scenery surrounding your secluded oasis by incorporating stucco textures, beautiful archways, and shimmering waterfalls with comfortable linen furniture, wicker lounge chairs, and vine-covered pergolas. Here's the other picture of this one so we can see a little bit more up close. Look, do you see the stepping stones? I think for sure that's a rug. And that really, really excites me. I'm gonna use those all the time. I love this kind of cute, like scalloped umbrella on this table. I like how we're getting more stucco wallpaper. That's always a huge plus. And I can see in these archways that there's no curtains. So the curtains are not stuck to all of the archways, thankfully. I still can't tell if the curtains are just like hung up on the wall inside or if they're attached, but either way, I don't care. As long as we have both variants, I'm good. I really like this pergola. I wasn't expecting this. Like, I just didn't see that coming. I think that the vine version was really cool. And I also really like the pool trim. This is silly, but I think the pool trim and these little stepping stones are, to me, the best parts of the whole kit. I think we even have some new rocks. I feel like those look different because they kind of match the rocks of the fountain. I will admit that I think it's kind of silly how they try and tie everything so much to the theme of the season, and this season is love. So they keep talking about like cozy up, bring your lover to the pool. Like, it's just so, it kind of makes me cringe a little bit. To me, I don't think that there needs to be a theme. I think it's fine if we just have packs, like it's okay. But I can appreciate their effort to theme things. I think this might be the first time that we've gotten 2 build kits in a release. We normally get 1 cast kit and 1 build kit. For me as a builder, I'm thrilled. I don't care about Create a Sim kits really. I do like some of them. I like some of the items in them, but I'm just more of a builder. So of course the build kits appeal to me more. I can see maybe some people being sad about there being no cast kit, but for me, I'm excited. I think I'm more interested in the bistro kit than the pool kit just upon first glance. I think that's because the bistro kit is like more my personal style, so I feel like it'll be more useful to me. But I like how the pool kit has some build items like the pool trims. So I'm curious to see all of the full items on Thursday. I will of course make a review video for you and then do some builds using them to kind of show off all the stuff. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel because that's coming in a couple of days when the kits come out. And now we can finally start talking about the base game update. I'm actually kind of a liar. That's just an intro. As of recording this, the update is not actually out yet. So I'm gonna go wait for it and I'll come back once it releases. Hello, I am back and the patch is currently downloading. We're still waiting on patch notes, of course, because they always take ages to release them. But I want to dive in and check out what's coming because they've been teasing this a lot. They keep saying on the main menu, something's coming. They've been like non-stop hinting at it for a couple of weeks. So it seems like this patch is probably gonna be pretty big. Oh, interesting. They changed the mods disabled pop-up. It's longer now. They even have a link for more information. A lot of people are really confused by this. They disable the mods so that it won't break your game because broken mods can cause a whole bunch of issues. So they automatically disable it and then try and give you help so you don't have broken mods when you first load in. It looks like it links to this page with a lot of information about the policy on mods, the policy on game updates. Interesting. A little bit more info is not gonna hurt. I'm not seeing anything else else immediately jumping out at me on the homepage. So I guess we just wait until we see anything new. The only thing I found so far is this new event rewards filter, which is really interesting. There's nothing in the filter, but there is a new filter for it. I'm seeing people online talk about daily login rewards. I don't know what to make of this yet. I still haven't seen any official word from EA, so I'm still kind of waiting. I don't even know, like, what... I don't even really know how to feel about this. My, like, initial gut reaction is that I don't like it. I don't like it when they lock stuff behind certain things, like if these are limited time only and you can't ever get them again, that really bothers me. They look like cool items. I always like cool new free items, but I don't like it when they make limited time stuff. It really sucks that a lot of the pre-order content from older packs is just gone forever now. So the idea of this stuff being available and then gone really, I don't know, I don't like it. A couple of these items look really cool though. Like we have a dartboard, a new necklace, a mini fridge. That looks like it might be a single tile bar counter. There's a new hair, a throw pillow. I think that's a trait. And then a vending machine. I'm really tempted to translate all this, but I'm just gonna wait until they officially announce it. But right now, I feel really, really weird. I don't know what to make of this yet. Okay, it's been an hour. I've been sitting here opening and closing my game, hoping I'll get some kind of pop-up about this. I've been constantly refreshing Twitter, waiting for the patch notes. They still have not said anything official about it yet. Thankfully, The Sims 4 IT has posted a screenshot of one of the pop-ups in English, so we can kind of look at this and see what it says. Happy at home login event rewards. This week's rewards are a bullseye dartboard, night sky layered necklace, and Gurdon Goods mini fridge and nano can 2.0. Log in 3 days to claim them all. Okay, so as far as these items go, we have a new dartboard. So far, the only dartboard in the whole game is from Get Together, and it's a little bit more fancy. Like the top of it's quite intricate. This is just like a normal plain solid wood one. So that looks like it's a little bit easier to use. The necklace is kind of fun. I like the idea of another necklace. We do have some things that are kind of similar with like a moon shape, but it's never bad to have more cast stuff. The mini fridge, I could tell was a mini fridge from the other screenshot. I did not realize there was a trash can. This is the nano can that we have right now. This is like the magical trash can that you can drag plates into and then get money back from. So yes, it looks like this is just a recolor of it, but if we could have a recolor of the ugliest trash can, that would be really nice. Because it's the ugliest trash can, but it's the most useful because you get money from the plates. If you haven't seen that before, in that trash can, you get 10 simoleons per sim in your household. So for example, if you're playing the 100 baby challenge and you've got 8 sims in your household, for every plate that you drag into that trash can, you get 80 simoleons back. And they've made a better looking version of it, I guess. As far as some of that other stuff goes, it looks like there's a vending machine, a little throw pillow, a trait, and a bar. It looks like this is that main event screen in English. So it says happy at home login event. Log in a few days each week to unlock exciting new rewards. Event ends in about 35 days. And it looks like it goes over the course of 4 weeks and you have to log in 3 times in week 1 to claim each of these rewards. Twice in week 2, twice in week 3, and then once in week 4. It tells you to keep logging in each day to claim the reward, and then you would have to keep going throughout the whole month. It does tell you what time the next reward is available. So starting tomorrow at 11 a.m. the next one will be up. I have some kind of mixed feelings about this. I think still my gut reaction is yuck, people can miss out on this stuff. That's why I hate the early purchase content so much with the expansion packs, because once it's gone forever. And then I feel kind of weird using it in videos and in builds because it's like, well, too bad, I have this better version of this item that you don't have and you can't ever get it. But also the early purchase content feels worse because it's paid. This being free makes it a lot less frustrating to me. It still has that same frustration, but it's not as bad because it gives everybody the same shot to get it, even if you can't afford to buy anything. Especially since a few of these items are things that the base game doesn't have. Like there's no mini fridge in the base game, there's no dartboard in the base game, there's no vending machine in the base game. So I really like that people that only play base game will then have an opportunity to get some of this stuff. I've seen some criticism on Twitter about how it's all just colors, and I guess I can see that, but to me it's not really just recolors. It is a different dartboard. It's a recolor of the trash can. But it's a different dartboard, it's a different pillow. I love the idea of a new trait. Like, that's really interesting to me. But if it's a trait, the thought of it being gone forever if you didn't log in during week 3 is really frustrating. Because what if something's going on? What if you've got exams that week? Or like you went to visit your grandparents and you weren't able to log in, so what? You just miss out forever? But at the same time, I think it's kind of cool to reward players who play The Sims a lot and give them cool free stuff. It just sucks that like if you're busy, you miss out. Oh my gosh, patch notes, patch notes, patch notes. We'll come back to that. I gotta see these patch notes first. I'm gonna link this down below for you in case you want to read the whole thing yourself. It's pretty long, so I'm gonna point out the things that are most interesting to me, and then I'll link the full thing down below. Dishes left in corners will no longer be ignored when cleaning up. Plants won't grow weeds when out of season. Oh my god. This has been bothering me so much. The plants and the whole gardening skill is so glitchy right now, but that one, how things look weedy, but you can't fix it because it's out of season, that's been making me so mad. So they fixed that. Campfires will stop causing so many fires on the lot. They were really bad. It was way too much. The Sims 4 packs are listed in the right order in the build by filter again because somehow they got messed up. Customizable pronouns were adjusted to appear correctly in a few more phone calls. There's a lot of text in this game and a lot of it is still messed up. They tried to fix all of it when the pronoun update came out, but some of it is still wrong. Things like ask, there, out, like weird wording. So they fixed a little bit more of that. They improved the lot load process, so it should happen faster when you're loading lots. They also made some optimizations so the game uses less memory, so we'll experience fewer crashes and a better frame rate and a more responsive simulation. They had talked about that a little bit in that laundry list update from earlier. Dogs, puppies, and kittens will properly use the elevator to leave from penthouses, so they can actually go to the bathroom outside. That has been broken for years. Literally for years. Oh, they added waffles from Home Chef Hustle to the restaurant menu, and they're gonna add more menu additions, it looks like, of more food. They've added a lot of food to the game since Dine Out first came out, so they have to like go back and put all of it in the Dine Out menu options. I don't even think I realized that waffles weren't there, so that's cool. Oh, interesting, DirectX 11 preview. If you opt to run The Sims 4 using DirectX 11, you'll potentially experience enhanced game performance and graphics quality. This update is designed to increase the overall gaming experience with improved rendering capabilities that will allow for more details and immersive environments in future releases. Interesting. It's available for everyone, but you might experience visual issues with mods, apparently, for now at least, because it's just starting. I'm not an expert on this kind of stuff. I'm gonna find some info on it and I'll link it down below for you to check out. It sounds like this has potential to really help improve game performance in the future. It's just early days and they're testing it still, but I just don't really know enough about this to understand how or why or what it is. So I'll just listen to what they say, I guess. They're still working on the gallery reports for profanity and stuff, which is really good because they were having some serious problems with the gallery and like really bad stuff getting through. So I'm glad to hear that. High school years, after a teen high school sim completes all tasks and aces exams, they'll also be promoted to a better grade. They've earned it. Okay, I felt like I was being stupid for my Sims playing active high school to never get their grades up, but it sounds like it was a bug and they fixed it. I thought that was me. I was like, am I doing something wrong? But my Sims in high school years were never getting A's, but apparently they're fixing that in this update too. Another weeding glitch they fixed with seasons also, and that's pretty much all the main stuff. It's mostly small bug fixes in this update, it sounds like. So that's interesting. There's a lot going on right now in the community. There's been like so much to talk about today. I think final thoughts are that I'm pretty excited about the new team that they're working on with bug fixes. I feel like it's hopefully gonna be a good thing. I'm looking forward to both the kits, but probably mostly the Bistro kit. And obviously we'll play with them this weekend once they've actually released. Today's update was pretty interesting, a few nice bug fixes in there, but most importantly, we have this new daily rewards system. I still haven't been able to get it to pop up in my game, and I haven't seen The Sims post anything about it officially yet. I'm sure that they're still just actively rolling it out, and that's why as of recording this, they haven't posted about it yet. I feel kind of weird about it. I do like the idea of free things, and I like the idea of gifts to reward your most active player base. I think it's a good sentiment. I think it makes sense to want to give stuff for free to people who play the game a lot. I just can't shake that feeling of being kind of frustrated that it's limited time, and if you miss it, then you just miss it. I don't like that people have an opportunity to miss out on things. So I'm kind of going back and forth there on it, but at the end of the day, free stuff is free stuff, and it's still more free stuff to people that wouldn't have it otherwise. So I don't want to complain too much because I do like that they're giving free items to the community, especially because it seems like they're pretty cool items, like a trait and the new vending machine. I really like the idea of all of those things. It's weird because I do play other games that have daily rewards. I just struggle to apply that mentality to The Sims. We've never had anything like that in The Sims 4 before. It kind of has like battle pass energy. Obviously there is no battle pass for The Sims right now, but I've been saying how I'm kind of worried that Project Renee is gonna be like a battle pass subscription model, and now this is happening and it makes me feel like it's a test for Project Renee. I don't actually know that, I'm just guessing, but that's kind of what it feels like to me, and I don't really like the idea of that for Project Renee. I'm okay with free stuff in The Sims 4, but I don't love the idea of a paid subscription service for a future Sims game, or for this Sims game. Please no paid subscription. The DLC's enough. We don't want to pay a subscription fee. At least I don't want to pay a subscription fee. And I don't want to make you panic because there's no actual evidence that that's what they're going towards. It's just a thing that I'm worried about, and this feels like additional reason to worry about it in the future. I'm going to Rotterdam at the end of June for TwitchCon. I'm going to be there for a few days for TwitchCon EU. I'm going to have to be like logging into The Sims from there to make sure I don't miss out on my vending machine. That is kind of annoying to me. I find that frustrating. On a normal day, I'm home, I'm fine. I play The Sims every day. Like, I am the target audience for this daily login reward, but a lot of you aren't able to do that. So I don't know. I just feel kind of weird about it still. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are in the comments. It's hard to say today because it's just the beginning. I don't really know how I'm gonna feel about it once it plays out a little bit more. I might make a whole video about it later on once it's finished, kind of discussing my thoughts having seen it all. But for now, I don't know, I just feel weird. And I think on that note, I should probably end this video right here. I've been talking long enough, and I actually have a charity stream to go and do. It's the final week of our big charity fundraiser for St. Jude. Every year for the whole month of May, we spend the entire month fundraising every day on my Twitch channel. St. Jude is a children's research hospital here in the US, and we've actually raised $420,000 for them just this month already. And we have a few fun things planned for the next few days, so I'm gonna link my Twitch channel and our fundraiser and all of that stuff about the update and the new packs and all of the information down below for you. And if you like hearing about Sims news, I make videos like this every time there's anything big going on, so make sure you're subscribed to not miss the next one, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye, everybody. This video is suddenly extremely long. There is so much more happening today than I ever expected. This is wild.